Namaskaram, this is Millennial Living, a podcast to help you find a meaningful and fruitful life. Each episode, we explore practical wisdom from the Bible as well as popular ideas put forward by prominent authors, thinkers, and storytellers through books and other media. So sit back, grab a cup of chai, and let's embark on this journey together.
Hi, I am Nithin Sam, your host for Millennial Living. Did you have a good sleep last episode? I meant perhaps the last night as well. But what I'm a bit concerned because the last time we spoke, I told you that you are going to die pretty soon. Now, whom does that not scare? Yeah, today I might add headache to your sleeplessness. Yikes. But that's what the truth brings to us, right? Finding meaning and fruitfulness is not an easy task, and I know this journey is often difficult. Now, this episode, I don't want to give you another ugly truth about time, but I'm going to give you one of my reasonable assumptions about time. And this conception is more or less a conclusion I derived from my understanding about the predicament of human life. It really helped shake off my obsession to control life and time. At the end of this episode, I want to give you an exit ticket from this burden called time. In a way, it is a redemption from our own obsession to take control of time. So what is my reasonable assumption? Time is a disoriented, lost soul. So disoriented because it necessitates a temporality. Time brings an end to all that we enjoy and cherish in this world unless we get a blonde long hair girl who can actually come and sing flower gleam and glow. Let your power shine. Make the clock reverse. Bring back what once was mine. Heal that has been hurt. Change the fate's design. Say what has been lost. Bring back what once was mine. What once was mine. Oh, that I get back what once was mine, my youthhood. I have lost it. By the way, Tangled is one of my favorite princess cartoons. I love it. Listen, time in this world is corrupted by temporariness. That means that I am going to see my end here in this world, and I get super concerned about my consciousness. I cannot imagine a state where I, who is now actively thinking, stops thinking or feeling, I cannot think anymore, or cognito ergo sum, and I think and therefore I am, and if I cannot think, then I am no longer existing. I cannot think that I don't think anymore. After I stop thinking, someone else will be born to think, and he too will stop thinking, and it goes on and on and on. No thinking. It's a vexing evil for everyone. And the worst among for whom time is the evilest is the physicist. Physicist, right? Yeah. Okay, just to be more precise, theoretical physicist. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, goodness. Now, I'm thinking, why does, that's a tongue twister is there for such a brain twisting subject? Now, they're most well known for thinking machines, right? But they are vexed by time. Time is a common parameter for almost all equations and problems, yet physicist. Did I get it right this time? Yes, never mind. Now, they still do not know how to treat time. Time has always been the greatest obstacle to understand the laws of nature. Do you know that almost all the best physical theories are quite ancient? Look at Pythagoras' theorem or Archimedes' principle or Euclidean geometry or whatever. But it took centuries for mankind to formulate theories about mechanics or motion. Why? Because Galileo finally had a pendulum clock which would measure time accurately to seconds. Newton gave a shape to Galileo's theories, which again happened because Newton also had a pendulum clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. So after centuries of manipulation, postulation, upgradation, Galileo and Newton saw time as always moving forward, like an arrow with the short ones, and it never returns. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. There it goes, forward. Tick-tock, tick-tock. This is the second law of thermodynamics. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Oh, wait a minute. Or do you think the time can actually turn back? Tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick. Maybe. You know what? Quantum mechanics does not require time to have a direction. The arrow can point forward, backward, upward, anyhow. Tock, tick, tick, tock, 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 tick, 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 tick. Maybe. I don't know. Is time independent, external, and absolute entity? Nothing to do with us? Or all that quantum mechanics requires time to be is without any kind of uncertainty, unlike any other parameters in this world. Does that mean that we are being fooled into thinking that time is always moving forward? What if time is moving upward? Tick, tock, 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 tick, 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 tick. I don't know. On the other hand, classical general relativity calls for a difference. Einstein would say that time can actually differ from observer to observer because it is part of a space-time conundrum. Time is not linearly moving. It can be stretched or contracted wherever you're standing. Maybe tick, tock, tick, tock, 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 tick, tock, 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 tock. Anyway, time moves in a curve affected by mass and energy. Oh goodness, poor physicists. The very ambiguity of time just prevents them from postulating any satisfactory theory of existence. They simply wish to find a theory of everything. Isn't that a noble quest? I believe it is, and I believe there is one. I, who is not a physicist, agree that there is a theory for everything, that I am not looking any further for it. If God exists, that is the theory of everything. That's the end of time. All things, including time, exist in Him and through Him, and no time exists without Him. Full stop. Say amen to that, brother. But I don't think that our good physicists are on the wrong track. They do a good, noble job for humanity and the great favor for those who believe in God. Their understanding of time will deepen with the further discoveries, getting closer and closer to the nature of a revelation set by God. You know what? Their very confusion with time might turn out as an answer to the many mysteries about the universe. God help them. So, what do you think, dear physicists? I think that every good physicist might agree with me. Time, in some sense, is disoriented. Now, why did I say all this? If you had noticed that even if you don't understand any of these complexities of physics, or maybe you do, in some way or other, you would have been in that place where you could sense every of the above qualities of time. Somehow my mind has perceived these uncanny qualities of time. The very perplexity of the direction of time. Forward, backward, stretched, bent. Perhaps our ancestors, you know what I've noticed. That's what I think. Now, do you remember the time when the Pandava brothers went to the jungle and they felt thirsty? They found a lake and laid themselves on the grass. First, Sahadevan, being the youngest, went to fetch water to the lake from the lake. And as he was about to drink water, he heard a voice of the protector of the lake, and Yaksha called out and warned him not to drink water unless he answers his questions. Sahadeva disregarded the warning and drank the water, only to fall down dead. Following Sahadeva, Nakula, Arjun and Bhima went to the lake. All of them disregarded the voice of the Yaksha. All of them fell down dead. Finally, Yudhishthira went to the lake, and when he saw the corpses of his brothers, he knew that this was a serious warning, and then he answered every question of the Yaksha. Now, among the questions the Yaksha asked, one seems to be quite interesting. The Yaksha asked, what is faster than the wind? And Yudhishthira answers, the mind. He reasons, before the wind could reach the destination, the mind can travel in no time. Yeah, interesting, right? The mind indeed has an interesting take on time. I remember reading Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. It is the greatest novel of all time. I was engrossed in the novel. The time passed by me, only through soul and heart of the events within it. I was just walking with Raskolnikov, when he plots the murder of this pawnbreaker. It's creepy. And I walked with him in his guilt and paranoia. It was just crazy. And his final confession to Sonia Lankato. And it's that crazy novel. And I just could not move from my seat until I finished the novel. Did I even know what time is? I felt that the time is very curved within the space I lived. I was deep into something that excites me so much that was totally unaware of time. Another time, I remember sitting by the clear waters of Pangong Lake. It was like heaven on earth. I sat there in the freezing cold and yet so unaware of the freeze for so long. Time just bent with me. Did you ever have an experience like that? It could be even when, starry sky or the evening sunset, or sometimes the smile on the face of your lovely daughter, or even the charm of your wonderful husband. And on other days and hours, I just didn't know how to push my way through. A few minutes felt like hours. Time during my personal prayer is especially like that for me. Some days, my prayers are so ethereal that I lose my sense of time. But other times, occasions, 5 minutes sounds like 5 hours. And most of the days, it seems to just fly. Mostly, I feel time is moving forward. It looks like there is no turning back. But then there are times I just feel like time is moving backward. Some deja vu of a felt experience. Sometimes I ruminate on things that happened to the people I met, the whom I long for. Even sometimes negatively, the people who hurt me, abuse me. I can't take it out of my mind. I simply feel that I am living in that pain again. Time just turns its arrow backward. What is upshot of all these arguments? Time has a weird influence over our mind. That we often experience time not linearly, but erratically, backward, upward, skewed, bent, stretched, etc., etc. Time is a highly plastic fabric, which is roguishly plastic to many directions. Our life is embroidered on it. This embroidery can be mangled or severed from it. It can also be patched or made more beautiful. What does this tell me? I don't manage my time by filling up with activities or things to be done. Time has to be managed, or rather slaved, within my mind. If ever I think of managing my time, the first place I need to set him on control is here in my mind. Friend, God made you as an incarnate of time. What you are experiencing is your existence within the space-time curvature. We do not know all the mysteries of the mind. With the development of AI and all this intense craving to create artificial intelligence which mimics a human mind, there is a pertaining question bothering our technologists. Does the human mind make use of quantum phenomena to create consciousness? Why is it that we can't create algorithms that can function like the human mind? I believe that the human mind can function as quantum machines capable of bending, slowing, and outpacing the pendulum clock. God Almighty has packed you with a capability, though limited, to have some power over time. Don't let the devil take that from you. Some of you listening to me have long given your time to devil, allowing him to corrode your mind in the morning with thoughts that twist time for you and thereby lose a part of your existence. Every day seems to begin with the thoughts of bitterness and anger, regrets and frustrations. Worries make most of these thoughts that forces the brain to push forward your time and thereby makes your life futile in its essence. Some of you just jump back to your past. Many of you who are listening to me are abused in your childhood. The trauma of those terrible days still tortures you. You know that you don't have an easy solution to these problems. I don't mean to help you as well in this episode. And these worries and these anxieties can corrode your time and thereby your life as well. That is why Jesus, when speaking to his disciples, he commands, do not worry about your life. And then he asks a rhetorical question. That question blew me off. Can all your worries add a single moment to your life? Of course not. Jesus is connecting worries with time, our lifespan. What has worries got to do with time? Simple. Worries stretch our time into an agonizing ordeal. It becomes a long day for you when worries and tension take hold of you. It tends to tear away your life from the fabric of life itself. It worries Don't add a single moment to your life. There are indeed those which add a moment to your life. What are those? Think about it. What situations can enrich your time? What are those activities which can bend your time? What are those thoughts which really matter, which makes meaning in your life? This is what I was speaking about in the last episode when about redeeming your time. Things which can redeem your time, save your time. Remember, in a time when I sat near the Pangong River, it is a moment that added to my life. Redeem your time for the better. Because you are valuable. Your life is valuable. Jesus reasons his command when he says, you are valuable to God and any creature he has made. And for this valuable creature whom God created in his image and similarity, his presence is the best place where the creature finds rest and redemption for his time. No other place like the companionship of God. I cannot stop this episode without proclaiming the antidote for this erratic nature of time. Jesus, in the same passage, he says, have a little faith. Faith. Faith is a needle which knit life to time, you see. It creates a rich tapestry intended by God. I'm going to leave you there with that statement. I don't have time to explain how faith works. I don't really think that I can as well now. But when you begin your life journey in faith, it will be clear to you. But as of right now, I just have an assignment for you. Next 3 days, I want you to create a faith journal. At the end of each day, reflect on how did I surrender my worries or struggles to God today? How did I actively choose faith over fear or bitterness? Now, write a short prayer or affirmation of faith each night, focusing on the idea that God's love and healing can restore me. If you have any question on a matter of time or faith, email us. Next episode, I'll talk to you about how to save time. Until then, God bless you and have a great week.
Thank you for tuning in to Millennial Living. We hope today's episode has inspired you. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. Join us next time for more insights. Until then, take time for self-reflection and change. Jai Hind.